This is my personal experience with a haunted house at 500 Aspen Drive in Arlington, Texas. This experience includes mechanical and electrical happenings, plates that would shatter while sitting on the counter, loud noises, objects moving, wall pictures would open up like they were on hinges, a vaporous figure with no definition watching me quietly from a hole in the wall in the next room. There were unexpected and unexplained small fires in a bathroom. I told myself it was a dream to keep from freaking out. It was 1982, and I was 12, and I lived in this house with my older brother and my single mother. When I was left home alone some nights, I would watch The Dukes of Hazzard and The Greatest American Hero on the living room couch that faced away from a central hallway. I loved to make popcorn on that stovetop for TV night. Often as I made popcorn, I could hear a black plastic push-button switch from an exhaust fan click ker-chunk loudly over my head. The vent fan would start up and I would have to reach up there and click it off. The spring was strong on that switch and it took about 7 pounds of force to push it. I would carry a large kitchen knife with me to the couch while watching TV because of all the loud noises and banging that came from the back bedroom. I would turn up the volume to cover the noise. No, I never went down there to see what it was. The bedroom was at the end of a long, dark hallway. My mom would come home and ask me why the knife was on the couch, and I'd shrug and never answer because we both knew why. Some days my mom would come home from work and want to know why her room was a mess. My brother and I would look at each other hoping it was the other's fault. Each would say, "Not me." We only rented that house for about 6 months. We moved to another in Arlington. When I was 16, I was talking about that place to 3 friends. One of them said, "We should pull out a witchboard and ask questions." That's not my thing, but I was outvoted. I asked questions that I did not share with them, and the board answered them all correctly. Just when I thought the others were really messing with me, the gizmo on the board went crazy and flew across the room. We got scared, and she threw the board in her closet on top of a pile of clothes, and we all went home. An hour later, I got a call that her closet caught fire. Firefighters got there in time to save the duplex, but none of us ever met together again after that, and nobody talked about it after that night. A few years later, my mom had remarried, and she was sitting in the kitchen of our house with another neighbor. I overheard my mother talking about that place with my previous Texas history teacher from 7th grade. None of us ever talked about it when we lived there. We still don't. She told the neighbor that an old German man died in that house before we moved in. I was kind of pissed at her for not telling us, but now I get it.